Looking out a dirty old window, down below the cars in the city go rushing by. I sit here alone and I wonder why. Friday night and everyone's moving. I can feel the heat but it's soothing heading down. I search for the beat in this steady town. Downtown the young ones are going. Downtown the young ones are growing. We're the kids in America. Whoa. We're the kids in America. Whoa. Everybody lives for the music around. Bright lights and music gets faster. Look boy, don't check on your watch, not another glance. I'm not leaving now, honey, not a chance. Hot shot, give me no problems. Much later, baby, you'll be saying never mind. You know life is cruel, life is never kind. Times will make a new story. Kind hearts no gravity glory. We're the kids in America. We're the kids in America. Everybody lives for the music around. Come closer, honey, that's better. Got to get a brand new experience, feeling right. Oh, don't try to stop, baby, hold me tight. Outside a new day is born. Outside suburbia is sprawling everywhere. I don't want to go, baby. New York to East California. There's a new one coming, I warn ya. We're the kids in America. We're the kids in America. Everybody lives for the music around.
Coming to you live on the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if that applause is just about right volume-wise. So I would certainly appreciate it. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. Joining me, as always, is the ever-lovely, greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are you doing tonight, Belle?
You know what? I'm glad to be here tonight, Scott. How are you tonight?
I'm simply blooming. Why are you glad to be here tonight? Come on, let's explore this a little bit. Is it because we can actually be here tonight, or is there just something on your mind?
It's because we can actually be here tonight.
And that's it, guys. That's where the bar is right now all of our talk, all of our stuff, all of our tech, all of our money. It still comes down to the single point of failure, and in this case, it's MediaCom. Not only do I have MediaCom, which is the highest multi-gigabit plan that you could have, I also have MetroNet. That's my backup in the event that MediaCom goes down and MetroNet's down at the same time. So it really doesn't matter how much you pay. It's always going to come down to a single point of failure. And in this case, it happens to be the internet. So we do.
Makes me wonder what they're doing because I know they're putting fiber lines in your area. It makes me wonder if somebody cut things that they weren't supposed to cut.
Yeah, it's funny because Google is laying in the Google fiber lines. Those are going down this street now as well, which is, I found it hysterical because all the signs that they put out were saying, hey, we're Google, we're digging up your yard. They were all in Spanish, all of them. Now, I know what they are. I can, my Espanol's a little rusty, but I get the gist. But they put them all up in Spanish. We're in Des Moines. We're in Des Moines, Iowa. But for some reason, man, you go that kind of woke, man, and you get what you get. Anyway, podcast. We have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus on to use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. Status quotes no longer acceptable. Time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto and welcome to the podcast. Did we get a response, Bell, on the applause volume? Did anybody kick anything over there?
Yes, we've both people who chimed in said, yeah, thumbs up. So
Okay, perfect. Give both of those people that did the thumbs up $10 worth of power bottom. And again, thank you for supporting and helping us out. We got a lot of this money to give away, guys, so it's going to come out of nowhere. If we're asking you for any kind of help or favor in any way, we're probably going to give you money. It's just the kind of people that we are. So I really, honestly, when I set out tonight, I had no idea what I was going to talk about, and I think I'm kind of finding it. This is usually how we do the show. I don't script them. I don't lay them out. There's never anything. It's whatever's bothering me today, and we talk about it, and we see where we end up. Now, the reason that I'm smiling so boldly is because I have like 4 or 5 bottles of one of my favorite bourbons. In this case, happens to be Town Branch. Excellent bourbon, by the way. Nice. It's good spice. A really, really good spice. You can taste the oak. Mellow, nice, coming down, hits your tummy, warms you up. It does exactly what I would want a bourbon to do. It's a very quality buzz. The problem is that I've changed up my diet recently, and today my total caloric intake has been however many calories are in a pack of ramen noodles. Belle, how many calories are in a pack of ramen noodles? If you had to guess, I know you know food, calories, all that stuff. How many are in a?
Oh, no, I can tell you how many carbohydrates are in a pack of ramen noodles, but calories, I can't tell you, but damn it, Scott.
Damn it, what? Am I going to make you look it up or what? So anyway, the my total caloric intake has been whatever's in a pack of ramen noodles, and I started drinking about 5:30. So come 6:30, this show's going to get very, very interesting. I'd feel worse about it, but I'm not going to. We do what we want. I'm retired. This is my life now. Made a bunch of money today, and yeah. So if I want to get hammered on a stream, what are we going to do? Get less viewers? This is kind of it. All right, guys. Look, we've lost. We're a core family show now, man. I've accepted that. So because we are a core family show, it's just, we get who we get. The guys. People who appreciate what we're doing over here. I've decided to more or less pivot and get not exactly hyper aggressive, but I want to give you all of my thoughts on where all of my thoughts are, and I'm not really masking anything anymore. I don't need to. I can say what I want. I can do what I want. It really doesn't matter. So let me open up the book again and give you a little bit of my 11 herbs and spices. There are so many misconceptions in crypto about crypto. It's almost astounding the fact that so many people are surviving out here at all when effectively the entire world is working against them. Other investors, entertainers, other people like me that are working against them, as well as founders and developers, which are working against them. Now, I understand that we don't really think that way. No, they're all in it, so we all make money, but they're not. but they're not. They're in it so they make money. And typically, 9 times out of 10, particularly for anything in the cosmos, because you can't have this kind of universal bleed without universal stupidity to back it up. I mean, it is almost hard to fuck away $4 billion, but we're getting close. We're getting very, very close to that number. So and when I see something like that, usually the simplest answer is the most correct. And in this case, I would want to call it probably gross incompetence, and that's most likely the right answer. The secondary answer would be that they're doing it deliberately. They're doing it deliberately to take money out of your pocket and put it into their pocket. Now, either answer I would consider acceptable, and I'd be willing to entertain it. It's why I am invested very, very carefully over here right now, because these guys are not your friends, man. They're not here to help you. They are not here to build a community that we all get rich on. They're here to help themselves. And if you happen to get some of the drippings of whatever they weren't able to gulp up, then good for you. But that's not their intent, and don't let them shit you. They're going to come on here with every stream, every episode, every video, everything, and it's all pure altruism, man. We're doing it for you. We are eating Chef Boyardee raviolis cold out of a can while we're carrying an anvil 5 miles up a snowy hill barefoot over broken glass so that we can code. We're doing all this so that we can make you money. But it's all horseshit. There's absolutely no truth to it whatsoever, man. They're doing this to make themselves money. And if you could happen to make some as well, then bully, but that's not their intent. And you see that more and more, particularly in the fin sector over here, man. All the financials, most of them are horseshit. Every now and again, you get the rare diamond in the rough. Astrovault happens to be the rare diamond in the rough. It's why they're struggling so bad, man, because people simply cannot accept they don't want to hear truth. They don't want to hear the big numbers, the big answer. They don't want to hear any of that. They want to hear token go up. We're going to be rich. Just stand by. Everybody's getting a Lambo. That's what they want to hear. And Asphalt's never done that. Eric has never done that. He gets out there and tells you the blanket. I mean, just the truth, the way that he sees it. And it's people don't respond well to it. It's not because he's wrong. It's because he's given an answer that they simply don't want to hear. Nobody wants to hear that you might have to work for it, that there's some effort involved here, that income and expenditures absolutely matter. Nobody wants to hear that. They want to hear mystery token came out of nowhere. We're going to airdrop you $85 million and now we're all rich. That's what they want to hear. But it's generally, it's more or less, it's not the truth. Now, I've been in protect mode for months and months and months. I have been completely in protect mode. I'm looking out for me. And I know, again, we don't want to hear things like that, but it's the truth, man. If you sit out here long enough, you're going to zero. If you're sitting out here in financials long enough in crypto, you are going to zero. You don't, or close enough to zero that you're butthurt about it and you sell off whatever you got left and you just walk away saying, fuck crypto. That's going to be the experience for 90% of the people out here, man, because they buy into the hype. They buy into the bullshit. I've been seeing an awful lot of stuff today on Twitter. I sit there and cruise the Twitter. I'm just going to call it Twitter, guys. I'm aware that it's X, all right? I'm Gen X, so I'm aware that it's X. But I've been seeing an awful lot of stuff out there. And what people are picking up on, finally, is things that we were talking about 18 months ago. But it's finally starting to come to the forefront, and they're even bullshitting that. Revenue capture, value capture. Actually having two sides to a ledger, income and expenditures, and it's important that this one be higher than this one. In fact, it's everything that this one be higher than this one. But they started to pick up because more people are starting to talk about it. The real key opinion leaders are starting to talk about it. You know what? They're backbenchers. They finally pick up on stuff that everybody else is, or that we, you know what? I don't know about everybody else. The podcasts. They pick up on stuff that we were talking about a year and a half ago, and now they're slightly early, so they seem very gifted at this time, even though we were talking about a long time. It doesn't matter. But they started picking up on that revenue capture matters, or revenue capture is important. Value capture is important. Actually, earning more than you're spending is critically important. The fact that today you still don't count your emissions as expenditures when they are absolutely expenditures. But they're starting to pick up on this, and they're starting to talk about it more and more over in the Tweeter land. And now they're starting to report, like Kajira. I just saw one from one of the Kajira talking heads today, and they said, well, Kajira earned $1.3 million last year. That's pitiful, by the way. But we earned $1.3 million for our stakers last year. And the missing element of that is, how much did you spend to capture that $1.3 million? Now, I get it. Kuji is not inflationary. All the tokens are out. It's masked. It's funny. I'll get Eric on here to take this shit apart if you really, really want it. But it's funny because now people are starting to talk about how much they made. Now, I just saw another one today from Osmosis. We made $7 million in taker fees over the last 8 months. Great. That is fantastic. How much did you spend to get it? How much did you spend to get it? How much are you paying your validator set? How much are you paying your validator set? Because you guys don't count those as emissions. So if you made $7 million in taker fees, but you spent $35 million to earn them, that's not a good look. It's not a good number. Where's that other $28 million shortfall coming from? Oh, I know. You're from an inflationary token that you're paying it out in, but you're just simply not counting it. Gary Gensler was actually on. It's all the rage on Twitter right now because Kramer was on there with him and Gensler was on there, and Kramer said Osmo and he said Cosmos, and everybody just loaded their pants as soon as they said it. My God, we're going to get an ETF. You're not getting an ETF, by the way. Slow down. You're not. It's not happening. But the funny part about that is that I'm going to be I'm not even going to be contrarian here. The things that Gary Gensler was saying in regards to tokens like Atom and Cosmos and so forth, he was correct. He was correct. Now, the default answer from everybody out here, it's open source. Anybody can come in here and take a look. They can see every single thing, every single bit, and every single emission. And that's fine. But did they do that? Has anybody done that? Did they take those things apart? No, more or less we don't, because we want to maintain the illusion. We want to maintain the illusion that money just magically pops out of the ground and you don't actually have to earn it. So for the first time ever, I don't care, unsubscribe. The fuck out. He was right. He was absolutely right when he was pointing this out. Because there is so much shit going out here in the cosmos right now that people would be in jail if they were doing this in the legacy world. So where I say you have to protect yourself, the very first step to protecting yourself is asking the right questions. How do you generate revenue? Migaloo, whale, how do you generate revenue? Where is that revenue coming from? And how much are you spending to generate that revenue? If these are not the very first questions you're asking about anything out here, you are doing it wrong. It's just a matter of time. You're going to get hammered. Because the one thing that we are very, very good at here is making up new tokens and flying by the seat of our pants and not giving a fuck about 9 months from now, because 9 months from now doesn't matter, does it, Lavana? Doesn't matter. They literally put a post out there today. We made $1.4 million. How much did you spend? How much did you spend to earn that $1.4 million? You need to ask these questions. This is self-protection, guys. All right? Look, I wish nothing but good for everybody out there. And if you can onboard 50 more million users out here that are all bringing $100 with them, sure, we're in great shape. But if you can't onboard them, then it is simply a shark tank. It's a feeding frenzy, and we're all feeding on each other. I'm not going to be that guy. But the one thing that we just, for some reason, doesn't matter how much I say it because nobody watches this, we never, ever, ever take into account expenditures. What's your runway? How much are you paying your devs? How are you paying your devs? Where is this money coming from? Because you are not doing this out of the kindness of your heart. You're doing this because you're getting paid to do it. Who's paying you? Where are they paying you? How much is it coming from? And where are you getting this money? Because 95% of the time out here, it's coming from you. It's coming from investors, coming from anybody who holds the token. You don't have to take my word for it. Whale, that's it. Look, we'll highlight Whale. I happen to be in a 10K wallet challenge apparently with me and Sumo, and he's a big Kajira guy. I don't know if you guys even look at me over on Twitter. Probably not. Most of my followers are probably bots, but This is one of the tokens that he laid into his wallet. Now, this is a 90-day chart of that very particular token, White Whale. People are still gushing over this thing. They are emotionally aroused by this token or the very idea of this token. My God, look at the things that we will do with White Whale. That's how it's performed. That's 90 days. That is a 90-day chart of this absolute bunk shit that people are just wetting their pants with an $11,000 trading volume and a market cap of $7.5 million. Any other time, it'd be nice. Max supply, you see that little line right there? You see it? Infinite. Infinite. So with a total supply of 602, a circulating supply of $443 million, and a 90-day chart that looks like a bucket of ass. But people are still on board with this. They're still happy about it. They're still thrilled that people are developing. And how many other tokens can they kick out under this whole White Whale brand? Lots of them, because it is a smart contract. Before we get really, really, the paroxysms of joy and the euphoria, and oh my God, they're launching another one. It's a smart contract. Let's not get nuts, man. There is no reinventing the wheel here. They try things. They throw shit at the board. They launch a token. They see what sticks. The things that don't, they simply don't talk about. They just let it fade away. It still exists. It's immutable. If it exists anywhere and there's a validator, it's still up. That token is still alive, still doing its thing. But the best thing that we can do about this is simply not talk about it. Guys, wake up, please, for the love of God. Wake up. There are sound, solid projects out there, but it's not this. It's not that. There are actual real-world applications that are being built out here, but it's not that. It's not financials. There's only one that's still doing it right. I don't have to say the name. I don't know. I don't care. You guys do your own research. You figure it out. I'm invested the way that I'm invested. But 90% of this garbage, I refuse to have my hands in. I'm just not going to. I'm not going to support your lifestyle because that's what you're doing here. There is no longevity for shit like this. There is absolutely no longevity. They will run it for 9 months, 12 months, 18 months until it zeroes out. Then they're going to build something else. And they're going to do it over and over and over. Why do you think this entire ecosystem has cratered the way that it's cratered? Why do you think Adam, the grandfather, the big daddy of them all, has not even moved? As a matter of fact, it's lost 20% of its value over the years. Over 1 year, 20%. Everything else, all the way up. Adam, zero. In fact, you lost money if you held it. Now, I'm happy to entertain the douchebags that post on anything that I post up there. Yeah, but I got airdrops. Yeah, but I got this. You got fucked 100% of the way because you don't seem to understand what opportunity costs are. You have no idea what they are because you don't care. Doesn't fit with the mystery of crypto. Doesn't fit with the illusion of crypto. Opportunity costs don't matter out here. Psychic money doesn't matter out here. Nothing matters out here except the dream. And, Belle, this is what happens with one pack of ramen noodles. It's starting early on bourbon. We're coming up to the break, Belle. Do we have any questions, comments, concerns? Do we have any viewers? Or am I just sitting here ranting at no one? I thought it was excellent, by the way.
We did actually get a couple of questions
Okay.
and a comment.
Yeah.
So G Torres chiming in. Somehow there's only 291 or 290 calories in Maruchan instant lunch chicken for the whole cup.
Oh, I didn't have that. I had the little plastic one. They're 29 cents, by the way. They're 29 cents at the store, man. That inflation is a bitch. They used to be 19 cents. Now they're an extra dime, 29 cents. So whatever the little square pack is, that's what I had. However many calories are in that.
That's 374.
Then I'm good. The average, you
No,
know what?
you're
No. Look, Belle, you know what? No, you're wrong. Because what do you know about diet? It's not like you track calories. All of that. It's not like that's important to your life. The average human should ingest 1,200 calories a day. So I hit almost a third of that. I mean, almost a third, and I had 2 Coca-Colas. Those are 110 calories apiece. I am almost at my daily recommended caloric intake, Belle. I killed it today. I did well. I would like you to acknowledge that.
I am not going to acknowledge that, and I will continue to yell at you about it. So there.
Okay, I'll tell you what. When I'm done, I'll have another pack of ramen noodles tonight. I'll sit under the lovely gazebo. I'll enjoy the bug-filled Iowa night, and I'll have more noodles. I'm good to go. I got more flavors, Belle. Did I tell you? I like the pork ones. They're like pure salt. It's absolutely yummy. Let me see. All right,
Yeah,
nope.
yeah. Try doing something like ordering some chicken fried rice after the show.
Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing any of those things. I'll have those or a piece of bread. I got a piece of bread in here. Bachelor King here for a while. So, yeah, I eat the way I did before I discovered women, and it's ramen noodles, bread, crackers. Oh, with peanut butter. I like scooping them out with peanut butter as well. You know, for all my money, you think I would eat better. You really would. I just don't care. That's where we're at right now. Hey, guys, 60 seconds. Obviously, I got to fill my glass because that's all we have left. Let's see what kind of monster I'll turn into here by the end of the show. It's going to be a hoot. 60 seconds, guys. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Was that old man, Bell, is old man on the stream? I haven't seen him for a while. I thought he told me to fuck off.
Old man is on the stream.
You know what? Give old man $20 worth of power bottom. Old man, do it up, do it up. Yeah, we're giving it away. We're still earning a really good percentage on it over there on Astrovault, and we make about $220 a week just on the power bottom that we have staked over there. So we give it away on the show. I've been trying to tell people, but people don't listen. They don't care. Okay, Bell, carry on.
All right, new type. At what point do we start considering that Jackal could be an opportunity cost? They had a nice run, but now it's been silent.
Stand by until the 9th. That's all I got to say. Stand by until the 9th. Bell, carry on.
Okay, new type again brings up the philosophical question. Do you want crypto to be crypto or do you want crypto to be TradFi 2.0?
You know what? I understand where you're going with that. And it's always kind of been the illusion out here that because it's crypto, because it's different, that it doesn't operate on basic economic fundamentals, and that is wildly incorrect. Again, if you don't believe me, there it is. All right, and this is not unique. This is effectively this is damn near everything out here. That is capital absolutely leaving because you ignore money and what it takes to actually generate revenue. For some reason, we think we can print it. You can't. This is no different than the basically the world's fiat system right now. You cannot simply continue to print it and expect it to have the same purchasing power. For some reason, this is one of those words that's just completely left out. In crypto, in TradFi, certainly, but in crypto, absolutely, is purchasing power. We have lost our sense of what currency actually is. What currency is trading your work for the work of another. That is what currency is. But because we are such a modern society now that we can do things a little different, we think that purchasing power is universal, and it's not. You are trading your work for the work of another, whatever the product happens to be. And as you inflate your currency, as you inflate your tokens, as you inflate all this shit, it has less purchasing power, period. Period. Now, there's always the rare duck out here, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, and your Algorand's, your top 25s, because these things actually are in the public eye. But it doesn't mean that Bitcoin suddenly has any kind of different innate value than it did before. More people buy it, it goes up. More people sell it, it goes down, period. So the purchasing power of this thing changes based on the whims of speculators. But we seem to think that because we can do it out here in the DeFi, because we have a product that's backing it up, that somehow it's different, that we can inflate infinitely. And we can't. Because you can buy less shit with something when you have more of it and people don't want it as much. Purchasing power. It applies out here. Economic fundamentals. So I understand what you're saying, sir. I 100% that I do. I completely understand it. I tend to invest with people who are aware of these things. If nothing else, at least they are aware of them. People, I was disillusioned when I got into crypto as a very young man. I was disillusioned. I thought that the Nash equilibrium was going to be in effect the entire time, and it absolutely is. But I didn't understand the implications of the Nash equilibrium, and now I do. Once you understand that, everything out here changes. Everything changes. You start to look out and realize who is about to bend me over. Because if you don't know who's about to bend you over, I can assure you, you will be. Doesn't matter. Because you're not even aware of the problem. You're not even aware that you're at risk. You think that people are just going to come in and bail you out endlessly, and it's simply not going to happen. They are here to get your money. This is PvP 100%, unless it is actually a product that is revenue generating. Not through people buying and selling the token, but through people using the product. And very few of them exist out here. Very, very few. I'm invested comfortably in everything that I am invested in. New type, everybody else out here just been hammering the hell out of Jackal. They've been doing it, not even looking. Why did Jackal fall off like that? Well, they need a fucking central exchange listing. Are you going to pay for it? You got it? You think that's the best thing to do? Is to introduce a massive speculative element into this. Because if this is precisely what you're looking for, there are lots of things that already do that. Just saying. Belle, please carry on.
All right, last question for the moment, coming in from Deep House Nation. Would you consider Polkadot a cousin to Atom? They sponsored a Formula One car, lots of promises, parties, and opium, but no runway trending apps as of yet.
No, and they're not going to, because they don't care. Are you guys not waking up to this shit? Because they don't care. Pump my bags. 95% of everything out here is purely pump my bags. The communities that get behind this, the people that rally behind this, the key opinion leaders that get behind these things don't give a fuck about you. Pump my bags. Why would you sponsor a race car? Because you want people to buy your goddamn token, not because it makes sense, but because it somehow gives it more value. Speculative value. You might as well be fucking Amway. Gonna have to start waking up to some of this shit, guys. I'm trying to really maintain my calm here, but since we've fallen off the radar so hard, I feel very free to say whatever the hell I want to say. I've been successful out here. I've been successful. I could call it luck. I don't care. Say I've gotten lucky over and over and over. I'm fine with that. I've gotten lucky over and over and over out here. But I do it because I ask the right questions, because I look at it the right way. Not what can I do to get people to buy this token to pump my bags, but what can the product itself do to attract value to itself to pump my bags? That's really where it comes down to. Look, man, I own Microsoft. I own Eaton. I own Vertiv. Vertiv did 500% this year. 500%. Ever hear of Vertiv? No. Doesn't matter, because it's not Starbucks, because it's not Microsoft, because it's not Tesla. It's a little bitty it's a little bitty stock of a company that is building the future of this world, and I'm up 500% on it this year. Ever hear of it? No. But White Whale? White whale, we've all heard of that. We're all over that one. That is that's the dream one, right? Right there. That's the max version of it. It went from a quarter to 0.017, and people are still doing this around it. Still doing this. Oh my God! Do you believe it? They're going to save the world. They're wrapping themselves around Kajira. I haven't even started on my Kajira rants. I don't need to. I really, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I will. I've never seen a more circular firing squad than I have over there on Kajira, and it is amazing because I seem to be the only person who sees it. Between White Whale, between Manta, between all of these other alt-tier alt tokens that are listed out there that are all feeding from the same trough of investors because they're not attracting new ones. New people are not rushing over here to buy Manta or to buy White Whale or even to buy Kajira. They're not. It is the same people that are feeding on each other constantly. This is Kajira today, by the way, because I got a whole lot of emails telling me how wrong I was about absolutely everything that I said because look at the pump. And I said, look at the correction. But we don't look at the corrections. We don't care about the corrections. Corrections don't matter. What matters is that it's low, it went up, and it did. I scalped the shit out of that. You guys made me $28,000 on that tiny little pump right there. $28,000, and thank you very much. I don't own any anymore because it's going to correct. Because you're the same trough of investors that you have between all of the products that you're sponsoring and representing, all of them. And your big pairs are against your big pairs are Atom. How's that working out for you? And your super stable token, your USK, your oh my God, we've cracked the code. Your USK is 2% down from peg. But you're going to look at that, read that to me, and tell me, no, it's by design because we are an algorithmic stable token. So 97.8788 cents is, in fact, a dollar. I just don't understand the code. Great. Let's expose it. Let's open the code. Oh, you're not going to do that? Okay, then I ain't going to touch a goddamn thing. But for some reason, the fact that this thing is trending downward, just like this, as everything else out here, that is the pool of tokens that it's pegged to, is also trending down. But I'm supposed to look at this, listen to you, and say, this is perfectly normal. It's not perfectly normal. Going to zero is not perfectly normal. Losing 90% of the value of your fucking wallet of any single token is not normal. It's normal in crypto. It's normal in shit. It's normal when you're getting bent over. But it's not normal for a realistic product. So again, I'm supposed to look at this and say, this is fine. Everything is fine. I don't do that. Bell, is this fine? I want you on record, too. If I'm going to be the asshole here, I want somebody else out here with me. Oh, look at there, guys. Look, it just went to 97.6 cents. Perfectly normal. All is well. Everything's fine. Bell, does that seem normal to you?
No, the last I knew, a dollar was supposed to be a dollar.
Yeah, but you just don't understand the code. See, we're next level thinkers here. We are the super smart people. We're the Luna UST people. We are the ones who rebuilt after the cataclysm that we caused. We're here to rebuild it back.
You know what? If I can't go and buy an Arizona iced tea with my peg to a dollar stable token, then there's a problem.
It's funny. It's funny that it went down the very second that I was talking about it. But what do you guys think about this real quick? Just a little bit. Just consider this just a little bit. Not going to get mathy on you. I don't give a shit. Kajira is pegged heavily against the USK. USK is pegged real heavily against the basket of tokens that are all trending downward. So, gotta ask, what is going to sustain this thing? What's going to sustain it? See, now they're in a unique problem because they can't simply inflate because their tokens are out there. Now, I'm sure there's a hidden cache. I'm sure developers have some. You can't account for every one of these goddamn tokens. There's millions of them. So they got to be out there somewhere. But you know what? I'm just going to leave it there. I don't want to do this tonight. I'm going to do it the next show. Belle, do we got anything, or can I go ahead and start talking some Astrovault? Because I did say this is how you protect yourself. So.
All right, so Deep House Nation, with a very good thought. The Sharks studied the great philosopher George Carlin Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups.
Oh, I know it's fan. I love George Carlin, by the way. A huge fan, huge fan. He did it. You know what? That guy rode the line perfectly. I mean, it was almost astounding. He was pointing out what we're all thinking. And I like to think that I'm doing that, but anymore, I'm not even sure if the crypto space is thinking rationally, objectively. I don't think they are. I think they're meme crazy, pump my bags, want my Lambo tomorrow, and nobody's thinking long term out here. They don't actually realize what blockchain is, what it represents, what it can do. They don't really think about all this shit. They think smart contracts, meme coins, pump my bags. That's what they think about. They don't think about the inherent security of blockchain, what it is, what the immutable ledger actually means. I don't think they give a shit. The applications of blockchain out here are stupidly low. There's a couple of them. Your Cash, your Kudos, your Jackal, your Render, some of your AI, some of them. But I don't think they quite understand the implications of what is actually built out here. They see it as a scam, they see it as a hustle, and they see it as a way to get your money. That's what they see it as. That's what they're building for. Fin after fin after fin after fin after fin. A copy of a copy of a copy. And guess what happens when you make a copy of a copy? It gets a little blurry, gets a little muddy around the edges. It's not quite as good as the original. We have done that an infinite amount of times out here, and we just keep going because innovation is dead, absolutely dead out here, particularly in the cosmos. You have DPIN, and that's it. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, yeah, but what about Osmosis? They made $8 million taker fees. $8 million, sure. How much did you spend for that? I know how much your validator set costs you every fucking day. Every day. I did the numbers. I made videos. Nobody gave a shit. So your $8 million is ridiculously a stupid, stupid value prop considering how much you spent. If I spend $35 million to make 7, I didn't win. I have asked Kajira numerous times, over and over and over, every different way I can think to ask it. How much are you spending annually? What does your fucking validator set cost? What do your devs cost? How much are you spending? These are numbers that any rational investor would want to know before they invest. Can't get an answer. Don't need to know. Doesn't matter. You wouldn't understand. The math is too deep. Yet I see your stable product. This is what you guys, this is it. This is what you guys put around. And you can't even peg it to a fucking dollar. You can't even peg your dollar stable coin to a dollar. You're going to say, well, it's stable curious. That was a term I came up with, by the way. I think it's very apt. It's a stable curious. But don't worry. Everything is cool. Everything is fine. Guys, come on, man. This, by the way, this is what you're going to be getting out of me after now. The things I love all the way because they've made me a bunch of money. The things I dislike, I'm going to give you the very specific reasons that I dislike. I'm not just bitching. I am pointing out reality. And I think it's time. I think we're way, way past that. Bell, carry on.
Oh, so Poderoso, what do you think of Silk?
What do I think of Silk? You know what? Let's all take a look here at Silk, man, because Silk is a very, very special animal. Let's see how Silk is doing today. This is the this is the stable curious Silk that is currently valued at $1.16. I've done videos in this. I'm going to do another one tomorrow. Look, I respect Carter. I like what he's doing. I think he completely sold out to the whole crypto mindset that we're better than you and we know it. They're global gym. Global. What was that, Bell? What in dodgeball? Ben Stiller, what was his gym called? Was it Globo Gym?
I don't remember.
Oh my
It's been
God!
forever
Anybody who
since-
can tell me what it is, and I'm pretty sure it's Globo Gym. If it's not Globo Gym, we'll give you $10 a power bottom, but I'm pretty sure it is. I do like Carter. I think he's incredibly passionate. I think he's incredibly wrong about this. This is what they're pegging their hopes and dreams. So Kajira, you got USK, and then over here in Shade, you got Silk. It's $1.16 right now, but they're going to tell you, yeah, but it's due to inflation. So really, it is $1. I could maybe roughly entertain it because I am a big fan of purchasing power. So if you need more to be able, if it costs $1.16 to buy $1 worth of goods now, then I'm going to say, yeah, it's dead on accurate. But deep down, I don't know. So, sure, I'll tell you what, for this very thing, I'll reach out to Carter. I'll see if he'll come on. He probably won't. Nobody's going to come on this show anymore because I ask questions like, why is your stable coin at $1.16? And we don't like to ask those questions. But maybe they will. I don't know, Belle. You know, Shade's been out of the news for a while now. Ever since he went
Okay.
over. What?
And everybody is chiming in chat saying it is Globo Jim.
Globo Gym. Okay, well then nobody's getting any money right there. I'm going to keep it. You guys should really buy some Power Bottom, man. You have no idea what I'm doing with this shit. It's going to be cool. But anyway, sure. Shade's been out of it a little bit, maybe, or Carter's been out of it. Maybe he'll come on. It's ever since he got started working with the AA DAO. All of a sudden, he just kind of vanished, and Shade is just an afterthought now because he's got his hands on the big money bags, the big AA DAO funds. So now he's busy deciding who's going to get paid and who's not going to get paid. Watch this. I'm gonna do a Johnny Carson thing here. Let me see. Oh shit. You know what? Let me think. I'm going to take a break and I'll do the Johnny Carson thing if anybody remembers what that is. So if you guys could, please, 60 seconds. We'll be right back. I got a lot more to say. This is what I do. Stand by. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. I'll tell you what. Do you guys enjoy this version of the podcast? Do you guys like us just hammering away, or do you want us to try to keep playing nice? See, I don't need to play nice anymore. I already won. At crypto. I have enough cash set aside. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anything out here that I'm still holding goes to zero. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to be fine. So I already won at crypto. But do you guys enjoy this? That's the whole thing, man. Look, we want to talk with you. We don't want to just talk at you. We're not those people. So I want to discuss things that you want to discuss. But I really needed this one tonight. So anyway, for our my Johnny Carson. My Johnny Carson reference. Here we go. I'll keep this up while it's up there because this is the guy that's running the show right now. All right. So unmonetizable dev tools. Unmonetizable dev tools. Unmonetizable products and friends. So let's take a look at the answer. Or the question is, what is the AA DAO going to sponsor this quarter? Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. I'm absolutely right about that because I saw what they put out last time. It was nothing. Oh, I guess I should have put CryptoCito. And CryptoCito, we're going to make sure that he keeps getting money because he's like he's the absolute talking head of Cosmos. So you got to keep him happy or else he might have to go out and get a regular job. And I don't think he's going to like getting a regular job. All right, Belle, either I'm getting into money or you're going to get some questions for me. So go. And I'm sorry. Look, you guys are all right. All wrong. That was funny. What I just did was funny.
All right, so Nuclear Chicken, any word until you start doing lives on Omniflix?
I just sent an email over to Sebastian, and they said that they were going to have give us the access before the weekend. That's what he told me on Thursday, and the weekend's come and go. It's now Wednesday of this week. I still haven't heard from him, so I sent him
And I actually heard from Sisla today, and he said they are setting up an instance for us. So
okay, well, there you go. That's great, man. I'm glad. A round of applause. So there's your answer. Yeah, I guess you probably wouldn't have to contact me. You don't need to contact me. I have a show producer that handles this stuff. I'm a little hurt. That you didn't send me the email, and then you just made me make an asshole out of myself. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Belle, please carry on.
All right, Bridgewood. Any Amuse updates?
Yeah. Bell, carry on.
All right, Deep House Nation. Scott mentioned something about impending bank failures. Of course, they're heading towards a cliff, but once there's some recent news that was there some recent news that prompted that?
They have the it's they're actually embracing the crypto thing, and in this case they're calling it unrealized losses of almost $600 billion. They're saying it's unrealized because they haven't cashed in their chips yet. So one of those two things just happened that actually interestingly made Bitcoin do this. One of them was we're having trouble, but your funds are safe. Please try again later today. I love Coinbase. Two things made this happen. One of them was the almost $600 billion of unrealized losses through it was like 56 banks. I mean, look, these guys are screwed all the way into the ground. But the other thing that kind of made it pop was Canada, of all people, was the first people to, or were the first folks to uh, lower interest rates. Now, the one people who should absolutely not lower interest rates are, I'm gonna say is Canada, but for some reason they decided to cut a quarter basis point. I didn't think that they were going to be the first, but they were. So it might be, I think people are sitting here looking at this as it might be judging Canada as a leading indicator of what the U.S. is going to do. Now, the U.S. has never really done what Canada does. Doesn't matter. But right now, with so much money choked up right now and everybody, housing markets, they're not collapsing. It's just nobody's buying them because nobody wants to take out a mortgage at 7.75% interest. But I think they might be looking at this favorably and saying that the U.S. is going to cut everything here. I'm going big screen here, but everything that you're waiting for right now, everything that's going to move the needle, everything that everybody is counting on now that all this legacy money poured in here via ETFs, and Osmo's not going to get a fucking ETF. Are you stupid? I get it, man. It's fun and it plays on Twitter. I gotta ask, how fucked up are you that you think that the whole world is gonna stop and suddenly Osmo's gonna get an ETF? It's not. It's fun. It's a plaything though, man. Look, don't wet your pants. But I think they're seeing this as a leading indicator of what the U.S. is going to do. Everything is bottled up right now. Everybody is in a hold. They're all waiting. They're all waiting for something. They're waiting for the Israeli war to end. They're waiting for the Ukraine and Russia to end. They're waiting for a rate cut. Everybody is waiting for one of these three big things to occur, and it kind of did. But it was Canada. That's the issue, is that it was Canada. And Canada's, look, I love Canada. I don't love Canada. I don't give a thought to Canada. If you were in a car and you guys are driving around, let's just say like the US was driving the car. You probably got like the UK that's sitting next to you in the passenger seat playing with the radio. And in the back seat you have like Canada, who's like nodding off, taking a nap, and sitting next to them is like Ghana. And you're kind of in the back seat doing their thing. But the fact that it actually occurred, I think people are really got people jazzed up. It's like, holy shit, maybe we're going to occur. Or maybe it's going to happen here. We don't know. I think it might. I think a rate cut is possible here in the U.S. simply because it's an election year and they want to give a lot more they want to pump up the Biden to say, look what he did, he saved everything. And the first rate cut, markets are going to pop, crypto markets are going to pop, everybody's going to pop, just because we've been beaten up for so long now, so many years, that the first sign of life, everybody's just going to party and open up the champagne bottles, make bad decisions, plan Bs tomorrow, the plan B kits tomorrow because you just had such a good time tonight. That's what'll happen when it gets there, but it won't hold. It'll pump. Everybody's excited, and then it's going to bleed off because reality is going to set in, and we're going to say, you know what? Fuck, it was a quarter point. All right. Do we think that this is really worth increasing the Dow by 6,000 points and put Bitcoin to 85 because we cut a quarter point interest? That seems to be the hope right now, and just Canada doing it, just a quarter basis point. All of a sudden, Bitcoin just shoots up. I don't want to say that it's a flight to stable capital, but just take a look at the 10-year Treasury, man. Look, if you want to know what Bitcoin's doing, why it did what it did, just take a look at the 10-year Treasury. It'll tell you everything that you want to know. Bell, carry on. The booze is racking me, by the way. I don't know if you could tell, Bell, but yeah, the booze is. Ooh, Daddy's ready. Go, Bell.
Okay, and actually, Patrick just chimed in and said, "Yeah, Canada is worse than Ghana." Yeah, you do
Sorry,
have.
what?
You do have. You
Patrick's
do have.
watching.
Yeah, Patrick and Jaden are both watching.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. By the way, I posted my feedback, dude. You know what? I admire you for your for the color choices. I really do. Everything out here in crypto and tech, it's dark. It's techie. It's all those stuff. I'm tired of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. I think you guys knocked it out of the park. Can't wait till you do your thing. Canada is not worse than Ghana. All right. I think I don't. I pulled a country out of my ass, brother. I wasn't trying to make a comparison. I love poutine. All right, I absolutely love poutine. That's Canada's, contribution to international cuisine. I think you nailed it, Carrie.
You know what?
I'm dying here now.
Canada contributes a lot. Canada contributed Ryan Reynolds, Shania Twain, Theory of a Dead Man. I could go on and on and on. Good things come out of Canada.
Oh, and what's the guy's name on the Dave Letterman show? His piano player, Paul, whatever. He's Canadian. Yeah, man. You guys are absolutely nailing it. Carry on, Bell.
I mean, the only bad thing they've produced is that, yeah, I mean, Justin Bieber.
Oh, who's that? What's that? Justin Bieber. Who's that broad that was married to or seen Ryan Reynolds for years and years? That crazy flaky one.
Oh, isn't that Reese?
No,
They're still-
she made the one album that was like historic and then made nothing sense.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Whoever knows, $10 worth of power bottom. Carry on, Bell.
Nuclear Chicken. Will Scott live stream during one of the PBB Fight Farm fights?
Absolutely, we will, man. Look, I already been talking with Chris, ready to go. I love commentating. I love commentating fights, man. I'm a huge I'm a fan. I'm just a huge fan of any kind of martial combat. I think it's the purest sport that exists is one guy and they both beat the hell out of each other. All right, it's not an equipment issue. It's not an anything. It's a passion issue. It's passion, training, all that stuff. I love calling them. So yeah, we're already scheduled up, but we can't do it on YouTube because if we do it on YouTube, we're gonna get yanked. But we can do it through Owncast, through Flicks. We can do all of those things. So as soon as they give us our account access, yes, we're gonna be live, broadcasting the fights, all that stuff. We'll strip out their commentators. You get to hear my opinion on it. And believe it or not, I'm a big fan of MMA, and I like to think that I like to think I'm familiar with it, and I know Chris is. So yes, we will absolutely be streaming those things out. I just need Flicks to come through. Bell, carry on.
All right. And actually, someone edged Old Man out on this via Twitter. Manosdiamante.algo says it's Alanis Morissette.
Thank you, Bell. You could have saved me $10 there, and I know you listened to her. Every single female in the United States that was around during that era, that was her album for like the whole year. Just put it. Every song was a hit. Every single song was good. She blew her whole load on a single album, and she hasn't been heard from since. Aside from she made an appearance in the movie Dogma, but I haven't even heard of her since. So Alanis Morissette, Bell, I'm a little disappointed. He cost me $10. I'm cool with it, though. We got the money. We can give it away. Bell, carry on.
That was actually that was actually the last one for the moment.
The last question or comment. I like to think that we gave you a very, very fiery stream tonight. It, you know what? Hell with it. I enjoyed it. This is what we're gonna do. We're not. Nobody will sponsor us. Nobody will give us a nickel because they don't want to tie their name to this right here. So I certainly get it. Let's take a little quickie peek over here, because where I did say that you're going to have to insulate yourself, you're going to have to insulate yourself, guys. A couple things are very, very important right now. Now, one of the pools, my not my largest, but it's getting really, really close. Two pools I'd like you to keep your eye on over here. One of them is AXV Wrap Bitcoin, and the other one is Wrap Bitcoin USDC. That's probably my one of my picks. Something that I'm coming online with, and this is for the short term. All right, please keep in mind this is for the short term, but I'm really liking what Astrovault is doing over here with some of these hydro pools. I'm sorry, hybrid pools. And the other one, believe it or not, I never thought I would say this, but I'm going to say this, is this pool right here, and this is USDC Noble and paired up with Osmo. The reason that I like this one is because Osmo, for now, is still got enough runway. And you can see it in their token emissions and inflation schedule. Like every time I come up, I see $1.16 silk. This is fine. Everything's good. But you're going to see their max supply, their total supply versus circulating supply. So they still have a couple years that they can run out their inflation, even though they don't consider those expenditures. Patrick, for the fuck's sake, I hope you consider the jackal that you're paying to your validator set as expenditures. Please tell me that they are counted as expenditures. But they have enough runway that they're going to be able to relatively maintain their price. I know it fell off to 23 cents. I was sitting there just all over that shit, but I think they seem to have realized that they are the glue that holds effectively all of the Cosmos speculation in play. So I don't think they're going to let that thing drop down that much. And when I say they, I'm talking exactly about the cartel. It fucks everybody if they let that thing go. So I'm going to, it's kind of running with Bitcoin right now. I'm cool with that. And if it's running with Bitcoin, the only thing I would pair Osmo with is USDC, nothing else. I will not pair it with any other speculative token. I'm not even in the Osmo Jackal pool. I don't care for that one. I like the Jackal USDC pool that's actually sitting right over here. That's this. Let me see. Anyway, let me finish my thought. I like that pool because I like that 37.6% in a hybrid pool pairing USDC to Osmo. Now, all you have here is osmosis exposure. All right, because your half the pool is Osmo, the other half is USDC. USDC is not silk. It's not fucking USDC. I'm sorry, USK. It's pegged more or less to $1, more or less to $1. So I find more value in that pool simply at 37.6%. I told you got to protect yourself. I think the risk is worth it in this case right here. I want to say that the risk is worth it because you're harvesting AXV. I have an awful lot of faith in AXV, not because just because of the team, period, and because I can get my answers out of them. How much are you spending? How much are you earning? I get those answers. I like those answers. Again, this is a way for me to protect myself. So I actually really, really like that pool. The other pool, I think you're going to do very, very well on. I've already done very, very well on. I'll continue doing very, very well on it just because of the nature of the token and the nature of the product. And in that case, what I'm talking about here is Jackal and USDC. One of the things that burns my ass more than anything else is the fact that when they talk about where does this token exist? Shade is actually brought up in the conversation. I had a deal with Shade. I brought over a lot of liquidity on my own volition. It had nothing to do with Jackal whatsoever, but I brought over a lot of liquidity, and they burned me inside of 2 weeks. Inside of 2 weeks, couldn't get a response. I emailed, I called, I did all these things, couldn't get a response. I finally pulled it all. I said they have absolutely no interest in a privacy network on a privacy deck. I could certainly understand that it's that there's nothing there for you that would maybe bind these two together. They fucked up. They did it with me. And so, yeah, I hate the fact that they're even brought up in the conversation. There is such low liquidity over there. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth mentioning. You were going to just get your ass burned to pieces if you tried to trade Jackal over there. But two pools that do exist over here, Jackal X Jackal. This is effectively zero IL risk, no IL risk because it's a stable pool. Says it right there, and you're going to earn 6.4% on it. 6.4% of if you own Jackal with no impermanent loss risk, then this is the pool for you at 6.4%. I got to ask, man, if this is not appealing to you, what is? What is? Even though you could stake it and earn a better percentage, I certainly understand that. But if we don't put any of this stuff out to work, then how's anybody else going to trade in it? Comes down to, it is what it is. But the other big pool that I like out here, if I can find it, for some reason, Bell, please make a note. I know you talk to the Astrovault people. Can you please have them fix the graphics on this pool? It's bothered me since this pool went live, is the fact that it's a Jackal USDC pool, and the USDC is neither of those things are actually colorized. They're both blue and blue. I can't even find the goddamn thing, Bell. This is one of the another pool that I have an awful lot of money in. I think it's one of the smartest pools in crypto right now is Jackal USDC. I'm on Astrovault where it's hosted, and I can't find it. Bell, please stop. There it is. Thank you. Thank you very much. Look, I actually see it. It's blue and blue. Jackal's not blue, dude. Jackal's white. All right, the Jackal is white. Fix that shit. 24.36%. Pairing. Think about this, guys. Jackal with USDC. Now, here's what's going to happen because for some reason we always take a pass on this and we don't discuss this. As Jackal goes up in value, which it already did. I was in that pool at 2 cents and wrote it all the way the hell up. But as Jackal accrues value, and it's going to, not because I'm so super smart, but because the team is building a product that people are going to want to utilize, because apps are being built on there that you don't even know about. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. These are going to be the hidden things that are utilizing Jackal, and people aren't even going to be aware of it. But everyone that does, every user that comes on these things is going to push value to Jackal because that's the nature of their product. But as Jackal recovers and goes up in price from this, because of the pairing, as Jackal goes up and up and up, the Jackal is slowly liquidated and it becomes USDC. Now, one of the smart things and a good way to protect yourself, if you are still a farmer out here, one of a very good way to protect yourself, an important way, a critical way, the only way, is that you have to like both sides of the pool, because you're going to own more or less of both sides of the pool. Now, I have no problem owning more Jackal. So as Jackal goes down in price, my USDC is liquidated and becomes Jackal slowly over time, percentage-wise. But as Jackal goes up in price, my Jackal is slowly liquidated and it becomes USDC. This is the nature of decentralized exchanges because that pool has to stay balanced. So if Jackal goes up, let's say it goes up to 60 cents from where it is currently at 35 or 33, 34 right now. Let's say it doubles in price. Portion of that Jackal is going to become USDC. I have no problem holding more USDC. I want to hold more USDC. And as it goes down, the USDC is slowly liquidated and becomes Jackal and stabilizes the price. All of the things that are happening out here are completely up to you. If that pool was sitting right over there right now at $1 million as opposed to $115,000, Jackal would not have the swings that it has. It is math, basic math, and the nature of an AMM. So please keep that in mind. Help you, help yourself. But they're paying me 24% on that. 24%. I'm collecting 24% on 2 tokens that I dearly love and 2 tokens that I am holding. But they're giving me 24%. I understand it's not as attractive as a 380% V3 pool that you can find over on Camelot. I'm on Camelot. I'm a big fan of Camelot. I'm all over this thing. Diversification is important. But some of these things just pop right out of a slot. And it is basically a way for you to protect yourself. Do you know why that pool right there exists? Do you know why it exists? Because I asked Astrovault to create it for me. I provided all the liquidity. I put in the Jackal. I put in the USDC. Now, do you think I'm doing that because I need people to come in? It's a meme coin. I need them to come in and support it. No, I don't. Because I believe in the product long-term and it needs some stability. They created that pool for me. I push everything into it, and I'm going to continue to do it. Bell, we're over time, but do we have any questions, comments, or concerns?
We've got one last question coming in over Twitter from Crypto Trad Dad. Thoughts on Akash and AKT?
Big fan. One issue I do have, I don't. A cash has made me a fortune. All right, it's made me tons of money. I was in a cash at 18 cents. Go back, look at her videos. You can see me buying a cash. I'm a big fan of it. When a cash hit about $1, I liquidated a great big portion of it, and I turned it into Jackal. I turned it into Jackal at 2 cents. So it was just about which one of these is going to give me the greatest ROI at this particular time. But I'm still in Jackal. I'm still in Jackal heavy. The only issue I have with Jackal, I don't buy into the crypto fantasy. I never will. The issue that I have with a cash over anything else, I love the market cap. I love the fact that everybody believes in this and that thing just spiked to hell and gone. But they are not earning enough revenue to support their market cap. They're just not. Greg is very good about pointing out this is what we earned and this is what we spent. He is excellent at it. Patrick of Jackal is very good at that. They are not earning enough to support that market cap. They're just not. So as much as I like it, I enjoy the gains, they're going to have to pick it up. Now, I cannot say what they're doing on the enterprise side the same way I can't say what Jackal is doing on the enterprise side because it has nothing to do with me and they're not telling me. So I have no idea what kind of deals Greg is working out. I have no idea what kind of deals Patrick is working out. I have no idea. But I am very conscious that aware of it. All I am saying is that the numbers that they post, these are the numbers from their pure crypto numbers, and a cash is not earning enough on a cash providers to support that market cap. So while I love it and I believe in it long term, currently right now I'll be contrarian here, man. Even though I own a ton of it, it's overvalued. It's overvalued based on what they're actually doing. So hate the answer, hate to give it, but I got to give you guys my truth. Anything else, Belle? Are we all good?
And that was it.
Perfect. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one today. This is what you're getting, by the way, from now on. I tried playing nice. I tried doing all those things, got shit on up and down. Fuck it. Then I'm just going to go ahead and say what I want, when I want, about who I want. And I don't care what anybody else wants. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That's all I got. Belle, talk us up. Take us out.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Now, we are going to be back on tomorrow as long as internet issues do not arise again.
It's going to be
God help
fine.
us.
Everything's fine.
We are going to be back on tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. In between now and tomorrow night, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to shoot those over to Scott or myself, Scott at ThePodcast.com or Bella at ThePodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one